ask us to advertise with you. What we want to do is give you a presentation of what we do,
Okay.
and that's kind of what we're doing.
Okay.
So we brought coffee, donuts. She set this all up. We were designing this last night.
Well,
And
we sent this to you.
Okay.
Except it's in color,
Okay.
just to let you, to invite you over to see our area and come visit our construction zone and see about what we could do to work together in the future.
Excellent. Cool.
Yeah, so we are basically in the midst of renovating this, and we started out 2 or 3 different levels, and I've worked for these clients for several years on and off, and they've been. Last gentleman who owned this used to rebuild popcorn machines. So
It's kind of crazy.
we're by the way, Marcy,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Charlie,
Hi, Jeffrey.
Angela McGuire.
Hi.
We are Abacus, and we wanted to see if we could work with you and you could work with us in advertising in your magazine.
Okay.
And now you're on live. Wave to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
We're gonna edit this.
Okay.
We're gonna see how we can, what will work. But we wanted to try to get a little bit of style and coolness to it.
That's cool. That's cool.
We've
I like
brought
that.
in pretty much every phase of the aspect of what's going on here, from the ground up of where we started. We gutted it out. Then we have placed these beams that were not here, and we built the loft that was not here.
Oh, cool.
Those beams are,
How old are these beams? I mean, the building was built in 1910.
They're pretty old.
About 6 weeks old.
Okay.
We fabricated them and kiln dried them,
Yeah.
set them into place, and so it's kind of neat what we can do.
Okay.
This building essentially was on the brink of collapsing. Some of the issues with the termites and water damage, and so by putting in the backbone of the building, I think we've added some pretty neat things.
Cool. Cool. And so when you go do jobs, do you like to do old restoration jobs like this?
We've done a lot. We did some work, relatively new homes. I was rebuilding homes up in Washington, D.C. from mid-'80s, early '90s. My oldest home I've ever worked on was 1860s.
Cool.
So it's kind of my background. You know, it's just kind of what I've fallen into. Being in Washington, D.C., you have a lot to
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
coordinate.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So-
I used to have one of the Cape agencies there.
Yeah.
We're in 45 Market, so DC is a good area.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of my clients I worked for, Alan Sabata and some other clients, they were gay, and they were great clients, and we did some pretty neat stuff. And to me, it's build a home. I don't really. It doesn't matter how
Who's
it all,
living in it?
who's in it, who's not in it. You know, it's just like let's just make this cool.
Yeah. No, that's great.
So that's important.
That's
And-
great.
And we're working with a lot of different groups here. Some of my guys are from St. Croix. They're
Okay.
doing the plumbing. My other guys I'm coordinating with are Hispanic. I'm Swedish. Let's see, who else? A couple of the other guys. White Anglo-Saxons. I mean, pretty much we cover the whole
we're definitely
spectrum.
not biased to anyone.
Yeah.
Good. And how'd you get? And Angela, where do you fit into this mix?
Well, I am a real estate agent,
Okay.
actually. I started in
Come here.
2000. I started in about 2000 in real estate, and about 2008, it kind of went down.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. The market dropped.
Actually, it was a little sooner than that, probably around 2007-ish or so. And so, okay, fine.
Get in there. Gotta get a smiling picture in there.
So 2008, the market kind of went downhill, and I started working with some of the builders and just doing other things. And where I met Jeffrey and saw some of his work, and thought, well, I can market a house to sell for $400,000. I think I could market and have this design built. so started working with him, just small stages, starting with his website and things like that. And then just actually started painting and doing all sorts of things and helping him with the interior designs. And that's kind of how
And
I
now you're
fit
back in
in.
still.
Now I'm still doing it, and I'm helping him with marketing to go further out into the internet market
Okay.
and so forth.
And do you guys do any social media or social marketing right now?
I am working on that right now.
Okay.
It's not completely set up, but we do have the Twitter started and the Facebook started.
Okay, good.
I'm very good at, I consider myself pretty good at building and construction.
Yeah.
Electronics, not so good.
I understand.
If it turns on, it's good. If it doesn't,
I get that.
it goes in the trash.
I get that, you know, owning the gay pages, I started the gay pages myself 25 years ago.
Wow.
And the reason that I started it was because, you know, basically discrimination and homophobia, it just ran rampant in the city of Atlanta.
Wow.
So when I put the first book out, it was around 50 pages, 200 advertisers. Now the Atlanta market alone, I have 1,700 advertisers in that book, and I have an 87% retention rate, which means almost 9 out of 10 advertisers with me stay with me. And I'm pretty blessed to have that. I'm pretty lucky. There's a couple of reasons behind it. One, we cap our headings. We only allow a certain number of advertisers in each heading, which ensures a business owner business. It also ensures us that we don't have to constantly get new business.
Right.
All of our work, I am so blessed to say, is done by referrals. So unless you come to us via, you know, I have here in the Atlanta market, I have over 45,000 people who follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And, you know, we do promotions in out every day, and simple promotions that say, hey, do you know any contractors in the area? Give us 3 contractors and we'll give you dinner for 2 at Panos and Paul's. Or give us 3 contractors and we'll give you a gift certificate for Starbucks. So it's literally how we get every lead that we have is from, you know, somebody that's either following us on Facebook or Twitter or one of our members. I don't know if you know how the smartphone app works. So besides the gay pages that we have, we do distribute 75,000 copies, up to 75,000 copies of that book. We're the only gay yellow pages in all of Georgia, and the largest gay distributed publication in the state of Georgia. So we also have, we're also in 45 markets across the country. So we're not just in Atlanta. And over the past couple of years, when I saw all this that was happening, and with print and media and stuff like that, what I did was I looked to the future. That's who I am. It's how I, you know, 25 years ago they told me I'd never make a gay pages, and I'm still in business, and all those yahoos told me that I'd never make it around business. So I must be doing something right. So I came up with the first smartphone app for the gay community, and it's called Gayborhood. It's free to download on both your iPhone and your Droid. We have 89,000 people in the market right now using it here, and we have hundreds of thousands of people using it nationwide. So whether you're here or in New York, it doesn't matter because it's GPS based. Do you know what Yelp is?
Yes.
I'm Yelp for the gay community. We do the exact same thing that Yelp does. So if you click on Gayborhood, it's really simple. Say I'm looking for a restaurant. I click on restaurants. It'll pull up, and it'll the pins that drop. Every one of those pins represent a different paid advertiser to the gay pages. I can click on each one of them, but it'll take too long, so it's easier to go to list format. Closest one to me is Metrotainment Bakery. If I click on it, it'll dial the phone number for me, give me turn-by-turn directions, put me into their email, put me into their website
that's
as well.
hot.
And then it'll give me a complete overview of the company, description of what it does. You can read and write reviews from the phone, as well as has the same check-in feature as Foursquare. So for places like, it also has a 9-page photo gallery for somebody like you. It's important. You can put pictures of different places and different homes that you've done. So that's just that heading in particular of restaurants. Say I was looking for a contractor. I go back in, I click on sections, hit business, and go to A to Z.
A good-looking Swedish contractor who can rebuild
I'll go to
homes.
H for home improvement. If I click on home improvement, and I click on it, it's going to pull it up again. Closest one to me is certified construction is 5 miles down the road. I click on it, oh, can't do you. It'll bring up everything that we just talked about. Give me somebody that's actually done their job. Like, it's up to the advertiser to put it in. It used to be up to the advertiser to put it in, now we do it all for them, because we can't trust that it'll be done.
Oh, we've got some advertising which we've been working with through a couple of different media, and I just don't have the time to
Right.
do it.
I figure you're paying us, we might as well do it for you. So as you can see, you know, they put it in, then they put in some pictures too. And it just, you know, it gives me, the consumer, I'll go, oh, look at I, you know what?
I'm a visual person.
I'm a visual person. I can clearly say that that's freaking cool.
Yeah.
You know, and it works. It works. So the best thing about this device is every bit of it is trafficked. We use Google to do all of our analytics. You know, we figured we'd pick a nice small company, so
Yeah.
we chose Google.
I heard of that.
So we use Google to do all the analytics, and every month in your inbox you get how many people called you, how many people went to your email, how many people went to your website, and you'll have the numbers. So we believe very strongly that if you see that it's working, then you know that your dollars are actually working. It's one of the reasons why we believe we have one of the highest retention rates in the country. My company actually has won awards because of how many advertisers we retain. I think the other reason why is that I make it a point to meet each and every advertiser that I have. Now, I have 17,000 advertisers across the country, and whether I do it on Skype or I do it right here if they're in my own backyard, it's just something that I did 25 years ago when I opened up my company. I wanted to make sure that people had a face behind it.
Cool.
So, kind of has worked and has worked well. I don't know if you know much about the gay community, but we are the strongest financial minority group in all of Georgia. So what that means is that, you know, you have two heads of household. So you got two heads of household and 78% of us are college educated. So what does that mean? That means they make more money and they don't have kids. If you don't have kids, you got much more expendable income because you don't have big old college funds to put away for, or your first car, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So we don't have that. So we buy more houses, we renovate more houses, we take more vacations, we eat out more, we buy nicer cars. It's just, we're the most sought after dollar in America right now. You know, when you have a household that has $250,000 a year and no children, they spend their money on certain things. So we take bigger risks, so we use more lawyers.
Right.
We get more DUIs than any other minority group out there. Because, you know, we go out more, drink.
Right.
You know, and like I said, we buy more houses and sell more houses. The bottom line is that competitively and comparatively, we really are cheaper than any other advertising in the city. Our rates range from $700 to $7,000. So we have something for every single price market. You know, whether you're looking for, you know, a 2-page spread or a listing, we're going to treat you the exact same way. Other good thing about us is because we have so many people on Facebook and Twitter, is we do blasts for our new businesses right away. So what that means is that all of a sudden within 24 hours, 40,000 people see your name. We welcome our new customers in Atlanta via Facebook. And when you got 45,000 people looking at your name, and somebody, you know, is like, you know what, I'm gonna change that room, honey. Now all of a sudden they see your company name, and advertising is all branding, you know, and it's all subliminal. Today they may not think about it, but you know, next week they're gonna think about it. Or next month when they're ready to do something. If they've seen your name 2 or 3 times, now you're gonna get the call. So it's really true, it runs true, and at least what I've been able to see over the past 25 years. So, you know, that's.
So how would our link from our Abacus Design and Build be linked to your?
You get, so when you buy a listing with us, if you buy Platinum Package, which is $1,000 a year, our listings start at $700. So the Platinum Package gives you a link from our website to your website. You also get your new business, so you would get 12 Facebook blasts, which you would do 1 a month, and those are typically $150 a month, but you're not going to get charged because, you know, I'm here and I take care of my customers. Year 1 always, it's how I typically get customers for 20 years.
Okay.
And so you get that, and then you also get, we do all kinds of promotions, and we also write blogs on new businesses, lots of ways. I mean, there's lots of different ways. The fastest way, though, is like I said, is our Facebook and Twitter blast, which, you know, having 45 to 50,000 people look at your company name, all of a sudden remember your company name. So, that's
Okay.
pretty much it. Do you know what kind? Where do you guys advertise now? Are you doing any advertising now?
With the YP,
Yellow Book
we have a
or YP Online?
We have a mobile app
You have a mobile app through YP.
through YP.
How's that working for you?
Well, just started it.
Okay.
We happened to get the last supposedly Yeah.
Unless
that's
I
what
call them
said.
today, then I would get the last one.
Well, you know, I don't know. For our particular renovation situation.
Okay, got it.
There weren't any more.
Do they
spots
guarantee you
available.
business, or they do any, RFS, or QS or anything?
I did not set it up, I just got it going.
What'd you do there,
don't
Dad?
really
Wow, look at the
know
time.
exactly.
Hey, how you guys doing over there, okay?
You don't know?
No,
Okay, got it.
like I
Got it.
said, I'm pretty good at building.
Yeah, got it.
And right now you're seeing the middle of the construction services.
It's perfect. It's
Um,
perfect. It's all right.
Do you wanna?
Is this pretty stable?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, let's go over here. We could go. Show.
So, do you have any ads done? Because included in the cost for us is us to do all your artwork for you. We actually do it for you. We'll actually design it for you and
Okay.
do every bit of it.
I'm pretty particular about my about how I do things,
Mhm.
as Angela will testify. For us to set up this
Uh-huh.
in a construction site,
You're crazy.
I just thought it was kind of interesting.
Right, no,
But-
I'll take some of that coffee if it's ready though.
Are we ready
It
for
is
coffee?
ready.
Let's
It's
get
all
coffee.
ready.
Come on. We have coffee, sugar, juice.
Coffee's great.
We did get some fresh bagels from Publix.
And I can't get the Wi-Fi to work.
Those are yogurts. So there's coffee.
Well, I'm impressed, man. You impressed me. This will get you a good discount.
Well, and he did, I think you told us before you were interested in the fact that he worked with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
I was interested in that.
And if there's any
He
questions.
was a really
you
good
might-
client for me.
Was he?
Mhm.
Excellent.
Really? Yeah. We
I did a lot of work with him on when he was pressing the the kick and get fit kick that he always presses.
right.
He of course brought some of that to one of the Georgia Equality games.
Very sugar.
I would, and I do a lot of work with Georgia Equality, so he's a good guy.
He's an amazing guy. I rebuilt their home in Washington D.C. in an area called Bethesda, Maryland,
Yep, know it well.
right off of.
Used to have an office in Bowie, so.
Maybe
Okay.
we went into his kitchen.
So we rebuilt that with his wife, Shalini, and
I have spoons here.
I used a fork, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, you're cutting
Well, I
edge.
had a whole napkin, a little set.
Oh, got it.
But that's okay. We didn't know how many people were gonna be here
I
today.
had 3 people with me last time I was here, so.
Wow.
So we kind of prepared for the
I love it.
worst
I'm gonna
case
have one of
scenario.
these too, man.
You can have whatever you
Absolutely.
want.
I am in fucking heaven.
How about a little plate?
Okay.
We didn't bring out the best china. We are
That's
at
all
a
right.
construction site, but
You did more than enough.
thank you.
So, do you have like your logos and all that? Do you have?
Absolutely.
Or any ads that you've done in the past?
We do have our logo and we do have a postcard that's getting ready to come out.
We've got an amazing
And our card, do you have one of the
gentleman,
cards?
Raphael, and I have some better cards, but Raphael helped design these cards. It took me 4 months to go through that. And he helped put them together, and we just finalized some other advertising and marketing with him.
What's he do?
He does more of the media,
He just
art and
does the
design.
actual design and the cards.
Alright.
This is our old logo. That's from 1991.
Rice Krispies, gotta have them.
And then this is the new logo, which
Yeah, those cards are nice.
we've had him redesign this due to the fact of it being so dark. But
It's hard
we
to
needed
read.
cards immediately, so we took what we got.
Only if you're old.
Mhm.
Well, see, at my age of 25, I should say 85,
Then they'll know you're.
I
an
look
employee.
pretty good for 85.
Right? Oh shit.
And this is just one of the portfolios of some of the things that we've
What's
done.
what's a Coford ceiling?
A coffered ceiling. Coffered is a, the Romans actually came up with it, building the Parthenon or Parthenon,
Parthenon.
and it was used to lighten the concrete as the dome got larger. It distributed the mass more heavier on the lower portions of the dome, but as it got higher, it got thinner and
Okay.
lighter. So the squares helped to lighten that material, and it's one of the oldest domes still standing. So back in the, after Middle Ages, they started doing ceilings, decorative friezes and listellos and things like that. And that was a way to take a standard ceiling and give it some style. So it's really boxing it up, but it also allowed the construction of that room to put huge beams down across a span. So it made it look like it was a decorative ceiling, but actually it was hiding structural components so they
Got
could
it,
make
that's cool.
huge rooms. After some of the fires we had in the, late